dreamed that your arms are lovely. I have dreamed what a joy you'd be. I have dreamed every word you whisper when you're close to me. How you look in the glow of evening. I have dreamed and enjoyed the view. In these dreams I've loved you so that by now I think you know what it's like to be loved by you. I will love being loved by you. I have dreamed that your arms are lovely. I have dreamed what a joy you'd be. I have dreamed every word you whisper when you're close to me. How you look in the glow of evening. I have dreamed and enjoyed the view. In these dreams I have loved you so that by now I think you know what it's like to be loved by you. I will love being loved by you. I have dreamed. Shabbat Shalom. Barbara is here and Ustreamer 8579. Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to do another song for you right now. How about this one? Yeah, let me do this one. I passed a shadowy lane and I thought about you. To saw 3 cars parked under the stars, a winding stream, moon shining down on some little town, and with each beam, same old dream. At every stop that we made, oh, I thought about you. But when I pulled down the shade, I really felt blue. I peeked through the crack and looked at the track, the one heading back to you. And what did I do? Thought about you. Dum dum da da di dum dum, ba dum bum. Dum 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 dum. We do be 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 be. Ba dum 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 dum. Why do we da di da 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 da? Da 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 da. Da 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 dum 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 da da da. Ba dum da da. Dwee dum da dee da 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 da. Ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da. Wee da be da bum bum ba da da. Do da do dum 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 da 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 dum da da dum da da. I took a trip on the train, and I thought about you. I passed a shadowy lane, and I thought about you. 2 or 3 cars parked under the stars, a winding stream, moon shining down on some little town, and with each beam, same old dream. At every stop that we made, oh, I thought about you. But when I pulled down the shade, I felt so damn blue. I peeked through the crack and looked at the track, the one heading back to you. And what did I do? Thought about you. What did I do? I thought about you. Shabbat Shalom. Let's see who's here. Rabbi Yamin, welcome. And Sydney and Steve. Beautiful, welcome. Steve, I think you called me and I didn't return your call. I have to call you. Shabbat Shalom, however. Who else? And Barbara. Barbara, how's the sound? You are my sound technician. Anthony, how are you? Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi Rose is here, Tucson Jim. And of course, you streamers 16611 and 8579. All right. I'm going to do another song for you right now. Oh, I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to try this. This is a song from World War II. You know, and with the fedora and everything, it kind of flies. Yes? It's called A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turned and smiled at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. That lingered over London town, poor puzzled moon, he wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The whole damn world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And as we kissed and said goodnight, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The moon that lingered over London town, poor puzzled moon, he wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The whole wide world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And as we kissed and said goodnight, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. A nightingale sang Shabbat Shalom. A bit of reverb when you speak. Not sure if you want that much. You may have the keyboard and a honky-tonk piano. That's a grand, but it works well enough to my ear. No, thank you, Barbara. Barbara, that's excellent. Excellent feedback. Thank you. So Shabbat Shalom. Who else is with us? Tucson Jim. Yeah. So what's it like? What's it like in New York right now? Because I have to tell you that in Florida tonight it's going down to like 45. I know. How dare the weather get that cold? I heard one of my friends in New York said that it was like 15 or 20 a day. Is that right? I don't know. Anyway, another song for you. How about this one? Yeah, let me do this one. Kind of a torchy song. These songs are so good, aren't they? Listen to this lyric. My heart is sad and lonely. For you I sigh, for you, dear, only. Why haven't you seen it? I'm all for you, body and soul. I spend my days in longing and wondering why it's me you're wronging. I tell you, I mean it. I'm all for you, body and soul. I can't believe it. It's hard to conceive it that you turn away romance. Are you pretending it looks like the ending unless I could have one more chance to prove to you my life a wreck you're making? I love that line. You know I'm yours for just the taking. I'd gladly surrender myself to you, body and soul. Horn solo now. Dum 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 dum. Ba 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 ba. Dwee dum dee dum. Do ba do ba do ba dee da be da be da be da bum. Bum ba da da ba ba bum. Dwee dee 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 bum bum dee dum. Dwee dee dum 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 dum. Dwee dwee dum dee dum dee dum dee 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 bum bum ba da dum dum da 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 da. I can't believe it. It's hard to conceive it that you'd turn away romance. Are you pretending it looks like the ending unless I could have one more chance to prove to you my life a wreck you're making? You know I'm yours for just the taking, I'd gladly surrender myself to you, body and soul. Yeah, what a great tune. Is that a great tune, ladies and gentlemen? All right, the warm, most fragrant tropical air is really good for the voice, not to mention the lovely lady. Thank you. Thank you. 18 degrees, windy like 7. All right, I have a confession. I'm going to do a vidui for you. Confess. Ladies and gentlemen, I now officially like Florida. It took me, okay, I know, it's kind of crazy, but yeah, this is a whole other world. This is a parallel universe, the way I see it. It can be so laid back here that you can actually transform into a slug. And the stress, you can get your stress way down, and there's some good stuff here. So we're not moving, but we might be here for, might become. I just hate the idea of snowbirds, but we might, because it's really good. It's good to be warm. How Mel Brooks said it's good to be king. Well, Rabbi Blaine says it's good to be warm. Totally. Thank you, Binyamin. Thank you. Michal is here. Beautiful. Robert is here. Beautiful. Okay, I have time for one more song. I'm going to do one more. Now that I've done my confession, I need a confession kind of song. Let's see. What else? What can I do? Maybe this one, because it's not, no, never mind, I don't have the right chords for that. Maybe this one. Yeah. This is a song for all of you. Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far, like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Oh, thinks that I am unforgettable too. You are all unforgettable. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time to transition into Shabbat. Really, Tucson Jim, is that true? Rabbi Anthony is here. Beautiful. Let me put on my ukulele. Anthony, I've been playing your ukulele a lot. I find it, of course, it's a tenor. I can, the chords are just like really, really, really easy. I mean, much easier to play because you have a little more space, So I'm loving it. Loving it. Who else is here? Let's see. There's a bunch of you here. Wow, look at you all. Rabbi Rose, Sue Bowers is here. Anthony Tucson Jim. Wendy's here from Hawaii. That's great. All right. Yeah. Michal, do you like the ukulele? Whatever you do, don't be honest if it's a negative thought. Janet in Columbia, Maryland, yes. Rabbi Americo, remember what we talked about? Are you coming to New York? Because I don't want you to think I've forgotten. But I thought you were coming to New York. Let me know. Email me. Let me know what's going on. All right. So, Shabbat Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. I will now put the Sim Shalom service on your screens. Of course the ukulele is great for you. It's the home. Hawaii is the home of ukuleles. Yes. All right. Let's do a little Hine Mato. Hine Mato v'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Mato v'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov manayim shevet achim gam yachad. shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Behold how good it is and how pleasant it is when we dwell together in unity, when we dwell together as a Sim Shalom community from all around the world. Is Rabbi Deborah here? Excellent. All right, let's sing a little Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Have to see if I can remember the chords on the ukulele. Shabbat Shalom, Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, David in Sydney, Australia. Sue Marie is going to go to a service led by Rabbi Silverman, I think. One more time. Ma yafe hayom. Ma yafe hayom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Martina and Pedro. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. How beautiful is this Shabbat day? How beautiful is it? It is quite beautiful. So let us continue. We're going to light the Shabbat candles. Put them on your screen right now. There they are. Join with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, Creator of the universe, who makes us holy by your commandments, and who has commanded us to kindle the Shabbat lights. All right, so we've all lit our candles now, and we'll move ahead with our service. Let's sing a little bit about angels. You know, there's a reference to angels in today's, the Torah portion for this Shabbat, in Mishpatim. You get extra credit if you can find it. But we're not talking about angels tonight. But it is in there. Interesting. We're going to actually talk about it in our next class briefly, as we're going to allude to that. But tonight, we talk about the Torah. Where does the Torah come from? Tonight, we will find out. Let us continue with Shalom Aleichem. Let me do it on the uke. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Ashari, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom Malchei Ashalom Malchei Elyon Hi Melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Tzeitkhem L'Shalom Malchei Ashalom Malchei Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Kadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bless us with peace, angels of peace, angels of the Most High, the Supreme. Kadosh Baruch Hu. I apologize for the plosives, the peepops on this microphone, but I'll try and be better about that. Let's sing Yismechu HaShamayim. Take down the tempo a little bit. Yismechu HaShamayim. Let the heavens rejoice and all the earth be glad. And let's just stop there. That's a great thought. Yismachu hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Shabbat shalom, carpenters. Yismachu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yiramayam, 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 Umelo. Yiramayam, 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 Umelo. Yismachu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismachu hashamayim. Clapping. Rabbi Jenny is clapping. Yismachu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. All right. Boy, that was a spirited... I heard it all the way here in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Unbelievable. What voices. Let us continue with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Bnei Shabbat Kabbalat. Chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmi'anu el hamiyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'letiveret v'litchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. Boi v'shalom ateret baila, gam v'simcha u'v'tzala. Toch emunei am sigulam, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. Beautiful, beautiful singing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now that we've welcomed the Shabbat bride, we're now going to welcome each other. So take the opportunity right now to type in Shabbat Shalom to everyone, and type in where you are. Shabbat Shalom from Maine, from Portugal, or whatever. Let's just see that scrolling by. I will continue with the Baruch Hu. Okay? So go ahead. I want to see all those locations go by. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Leolam Praise be the Lord to whom our praise is due. Praise be the Lord to whom our praise is due now and forever. Wow, did you just see all the locations from around the planet? I want to welcome Rabbi Elisheva is here from L.A. And wow, just like all those amazing locations. Well, Maryland, Syria, not Syria, we know it's Syria, Virginia, Ontario, Portugal, Australia, Vancouver, Madrid, Florida, England. Oy vey Izmir. What a great congregation this is, right? Wow. Okay, so all around the world, when we sing the Shema, we're really singing the Shema. Take a deep breath, everyone. Close your eyes. Sing with me. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai O Israel, hear, O humankind, the Lord is God, the Lord Beautiful. Beautiful. I felt that energy. I did. I felt it even here in Florida. Unbelievable. Let's join together for the English. Michal, you reading? Read with us. Together, everyone. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am, Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai Elohechem, Emet. I am the Lord your God, who is truth. Let's sing the Mi Chamocha. The traditional way. The traditional way. I mean the way Ashkenazim sing it in shul. Ready? Everybody. Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai Mi Chamocha Nedor Ba'kodesh Nora Tihilot Osei That's the melody, ladies and gentlemen. Join with me. Read. Who is like you, Adonai, among the mighty? Who is like you, glorious in holiness, revered in praises, doing wonders? Mishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledonotam berit olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael odi leolam mishamru v'nei Yisrael Shabbat lasot et Shabbat ledorotam berit olam ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Chatzi Kaddish, join with me. Yitgadash Shemei Rabba B'yalma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayichon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayid chol beit Yisrael b'gala u'v'zman kariv v'imaru amen Yehi Shemei Rabba Mavorach Leolam ulol melmaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitramam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'olma v'imaru amen. Please rise for the Amidah. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el, Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Ovot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem L'ma'an Shemo B'Ahava. Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen Baruch Ata Adonai Magen Abraham ve'Ezrat Sarah Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei Meitim Ata Rav leHoshia Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed Mechayei Meitim B'Rachamim Rabim סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומחיי אמונתו לישני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיי ומצמיח ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים or hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hametim. We'll pause now for a silent prayer. I'll put it on your screens. Take a moment. Have a silent conversation, personal conversation with Adonai. Ose shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshevei tevel v'yimaru amen. I don't have that low A on the keyboard, so I can't. All right, Shabbat Shalom. It's time to take out the Torah, ladies and gentlemen. The pages for the other rabbis are black also. Sue, I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure. Perhaps it's you need to refresh your browser? I don't know. All right, let's continue with the Torah service. There we go. Everybody come on up. Michal, are you here? You're here, I know you are. Esther and Michal and Jackie is here, and Randy. So everybody come on up to the bima. Come on, hurry up. We don't have all day, all night. Thank you. Come on, what are you, Floridians? Move it. Did I say that? Here we go. Vayahi bin soah ha'aron, vayomer Moshe, Kuma Adonai, ve'afutzu oyevecha, ve'yanusu misanecha, mipanecha. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, u'devar Adonai miYerushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'Kdushato. Martina, I don't know you. So you get to hold the Torah this evening. Come on. Come on. Come on up. Very good. All right, you have the Torah. All right. Michal, please close the ark together with Binyamin. And Rabbi Elisheva, you're going to help Martina holding the Torah. Very good. Here we go. Let's join together. Face the community. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadlul Adonai Iti Oneno Mimad Shemo Yachdav. Okay, so Martina and Rabbi Elisheva are leading the processional, and Michal's right behind. Here we go. Let's sing. Torah, 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 Tziva Lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva Lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva Lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva Lanu Moshe. Yashkoyach, everyone. Well done. So now we're all back up on the bima. Martina, you can put the Torah down. It's very heavy. You can't just keep holding it. Put it. Very good. Rabbi Elisheva, very good. Take off the covering. Let's open it up. Put it on the bima. Great. Everybody's gathered around. Diane is there, and Jackie, and Lois, and Deborah and her family, and Rabbi Poland, and all our rabbis, Rabbi Rose. There's so many rabbis. Rabbi Americo. Come on, come on. Very good. Let's do the blessing for the Torah reading. Baruchu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai hamavorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch ata Adonai Noten HaTorah. All right, and let me get me off there so you can see the Torah reading. I'll put this one up there. All right. Amen. Ve'el Moshe Omar Alei El Adonai Ata Ve'Aharon Nadav Ve'Avihu Ve'Shivim Miziknei Yisrael V'Ishtachavitem Merachok. V'nigash Moshe levado El Adonai Ve'hem lo yigashu Ve'ham lo ya'alu imo. Ve'yavo Moshe V'yisaper la'am et kol divrei Adonai V'yet kol ha'mishpatim V'ya'an kol ha'am kol echad V'yomru kol ha'dvarim asher diber Adonai na'aseh. V'yichtov Moshe et kol divrei Adonai Vayashkem baboker, vayiven mizabeach tachat hahar ushetayim esreim metzeva lishnehem asar shivtei Yisrael. Whoops. All right, let's do the translation, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I put my face there. You can read the Yes, read with me. So the translation of what we've just read is, and Moses said, "Come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, my brother, and Nadav and Avihu, who happen to be Aaron's sons, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and bend down, prostrate yourselves from afar. Don't come up to the mountain, okay, from afar. And Moses alone shall approach the Lord, but they shall not approach. And the people, the children of Israel, or the Ziknei Yisrael, the 70 elders, shall also not approach." So Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the ordinances, and all the people answered in unison, and they said, Kol hadvarim asher diber Adonai na'aseh. All of the words that the Lord has spoken, we will do. And here's the key pasuk, here's the key sentence, ladies and gentlemen, that I want to discuss this evening. And Moses, vayichtov Moshe kol divrei Adonai, and Moses wrote all the words of the Lord. And he arose early in the morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and 12 monuments for the 12 tribes of Israel. So, Shabbat Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get up what I want to say. So sorry. Right. There we go. All right, so let me put myself over here. So Shabbat Shalom, as I was saying, so this Torah portion this week is from Mishpatim, literally laws. And beginning with chapter 21 through 24 in this book of Exodus, we have Mishpatim, laws or rules. And these chapters are also known as the Sefer HaBrit, the Book of the Covenant. And that's because important laws in our tradition are outlined here, such as laws of concerning slaves, how we treat, the members of the Jewish community are supposed to treat slaves, the penalties for murder and theft, laws warning against the mistreatment of foreigners, and the observance of our festivals of Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkot. It's outlined here in this Torah portion. And the prohibition, interestingly, the basis of kashrut, of milchik and fleshik, of mixing milk and meat, because this talks about the prohibition against cooking meat with milk. So we have the source of kashrut. And as we just read, leaving Aaron and Hur in charge, Moses ascends the mountain, and he's going to remain there for 40 days and 40 nights to receive the Torah from God. So we just read, I did that with you. You read it with me. We read that Moses writes down the divine commandments, reads them to the people, who then say, Hadvarim asher diber Adonai na'aseh. All the words that the Lord has spoken, we will do. So tonight I want to focus on the idea of Mosaic authorship. Ladies and gentlemen, who wrote the Torah? Well, for a source of an answer, we're going to look to Rabbi Wikipedia. Rabbi Wikipedia. Let me get me off of there. So read with me. And this is, of course, from Wiki. It's not a rabbi. It's okay to use this source because it's good. It's accurate. Mosaic authorship is the Jewish tradition that the Torah was dictated to Moses by God, with the exception of the last 8 verses of the Torah, which describe his death. So, of course, Moses' death. So, of course, that couldn't have been written by Moses. And today, the majority of biblical scholars accept the theory that the Torah does not have a single author. Wait, I skipped a sentence. Remember, there's a great figure, an awesome figure in the Jewish tradition, and his name is Maimonides, Rambam. And Maimonides, in the 15th century, wrote the 13 principles of faith. And in one of his principles, let me get me out of there, it reads, the Torah that we have today, this is one of the articles of faith that Maimonides subscribed to and that subsequently all Jews subscribe to, that the Torah we have today is the one dictated to Moses by God. Although, as I was reading before, today the majority of biblical scholars accept that the Torah does not have a single author and that its composition took place over centuries. From the late 19th century on, there was a general consensus around the documentary hypothesis. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen, the documentary hypothesis, which suggests that the 5 books were created around 450 before the Common Era by combining 4 originally independent sources. And these are ascribed, the gentleman who is ascribed was a scribe, is known as Ezra the scribe. And our tradition says that he was the one that assembled all the texts, but that were dictated by Moses. They don't say that he had any editorial permission. But modern scholars say that, perhaps he did. So the question is, why? Let me continue. Wait a minute before I move on. I'm sorry. I want to make another point. So again, continuing with Wiki, the Talmud discusses the authorship of the books of the Torah, and as I said, except for the last 8 verses, which were attributed to Yehoshua, to Joshua, his successor. All right. But again, the Talmud says that Moses wrote down all of the verses of the Torah, and there are 6 places in the Torah where we read about that. One of them, of course, today. Look at and that one. The one that we read today is Exodus 24:4, but an earlier one, God commands Moses, write this as a remembrance. So write that. That's, remember when Joshua was holding up Moses' hand so that the children of Israel could win in battle. Well, write this down as a remembrance. We have that source. And then we have Moses wrote down all the words of the Lord. We read that today, this evening. We have other sources in the Torah. All right. So there's an article that I culled from the internet, from Haaretz, literally the land. It's an important Jewish newspaper, yes, Israeli newspaper, and it reads. This is an article from not long ago, frankly, and the question is, who wrote the Torah? And it says that for thousands of years, people believed that the 5 books of the Pentateuch were written by Moses, but it couldn't have been. Academics say. Why is that? Well, because even when you read through the Torah, the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible shows that the Torah could not have been written by a single person because, according to scholars, because of differences in style, differences in language, and a contradiction in the texts, among other things. Scholars studying the Bible in Germany, Michal, in your neighborhood, during the 18th and 19th centuries concluded that it was a composite work by editors tying together earlier texts written by very different authors. Okay, so why does this matter? Who cares, right? Why does this matter? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you why it matters. Because if you accept that the Torah was written down with the hand of Moses, dictated by God to Moses and written by Moses, you are technically an Orthodox Jew. Or you are technically one of approximately the 50% of the conservative Jews that roam the world. Because the conservative movement is kind of split between the idea of the Torah being written by Moses, written down by Moses as dictated by God, or that it was divinely inspired, and, of course, subscribe to the documentary hypothesis. And that's where the conservative movement is. They give you the latitude to go either way. Now, personally, can you believe? Can you have faith and believe that the Torah literally is divine and it was dictated to Moses, and then be a Reform Jew? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's believing. It's taking the myth to another place. But the dilemma is this: if that's true, if you believe that in your heart, then you must observe all the commandments, and then you must be shomer Shabbat. You must observe the Sabbath. You must observe kashrut. You must observe all of the laws. You must put on. You must, attend. You must worship Adonai. You must do all of the things that a traditional Jew would do. You must wear tzitzit if you're a man. You must do all of subscribe to all of the rabbinic laws that were derivative of the concept that the Torah was literally dictated to Moses by God. Now, if you're a little bit more, if you have a different belief system and you subscribe to the documentary hypothesis, then that puts you in a place where you are a liberal Jew. and you understand that the Torah is beautiful, and but it's comprised of it was written by different men in an effort to keep the community together, to keep traditions together, to have a place for everybody, for all the laws, to put all of our ethics and our morals into this amazing document. If you have that take on the Torah, well, then you're free from all of the doing the commandments the way that traditional Jews will observe them. So now you have the concept of personal choice. Now you have the idea that, well, yes, these are all beautiful things, all beautiful concepts. Shabbat is beautiful, Kashrut is beautiful, but that had its place, that had its time. Today, or in modernity, we don't need to do these things. But we're still Jewish. We still feel Jewish. We still are connected in our own way. The argument then is put that, well, yeah, that's great. You can say that, but what does it really mean? You do nothing. This is the argument. This is the discussion that goes on in the Jewish community, in the Jewish world. So I'm not coming down on one side or the other, ladies and gentlemen. I'm putting this out there for all of you to contemplate and think about. All right? Because it's important. It's very important. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. And what else? Before I conclude, there's a few other things we need to just briefly touch on. This week is also Shabbat Shekalim. It's the first of four special parshiot, four Torah readings that are added to the normal Torah reading in the form of the maftir, the additional reading, and in preparation for Passover. All right, so we have four. And Shabbat Shekalim talks about the census. The Israelites took a census, and they were each required to donate a half shekel toward the maintenance of the tent of the tabernacle, the tent of meeting. So all in all, it's a good idea. And, even if some of the Israelites had more gold and silver than others, they were only required to give a shekel. Everybody was even. It's kind of like a flat tax, okay? That's where long ago they had it figured out. Today, everybody argues about everything. But that's the first thing. The next thing that you all need to know about today, ladies and gentlemen, is this is also Shabbat Mevorchim HaChodesh. This is when we announce the new month of Rosh Chodesh, Adar Rishon. The new month of, not Rishon, just Adar. The new month of Adar is coming up next Friday. May it be a month of health and happiness and peace and joy for all of you. Let's join together and say Amen. Amen? Very good. Yes, Binyamin, very well explained. It's an ongoing conversation. Torah always gets a vote. Indeed. But where you come down, what you believe, where your faith takes you, points you in a direction for the movement that you would feel most comfortable with. Okay? Again, you could actually believe in the documentary hypothesis theory and be an Orthodox Jew because you just love the rituals but that's just one thing that you just don't buy into. It's probably a difficult place for you, but you could do that. And the same thing being a Reform Jew, you could believe in the concept that, wow, this is a great, I love it. It makes me feel like God is with me all the time, and there's got to be an amazing, it has to be this way. And that's good too. It's all good, ladies and gentlemen. Whichever way you believe, it's all good. All right, and Sue is going to be open-minded. Excellent. So now, we will continue with the blessing after the Torah reading. Please join with me, ladies and gentlemen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. We're now going to do a blessing for healing. So please Type in the names of those you would like me to mention, and I, of course, will mention them. All right? Mishaberach avotenu, makor habracha l'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Anyone, please, Mabel Anis. I'm going to announce Avram Ben Chana V'Chaim, Mabel Anis, oh yeah, Paula's son Larry, Rabbi Leslie Morgan, Rabbi Mark Getman, Heidi Ackerman Rosenbach, Bambi Fass, and Anthony. Anyone else? I'm just seeing, oh, there we go. Amber, Russell, Michelle, Ishuian, Binyamin, Moshe Ben Sarah, James, Lois Dard, Lois Fields, Sarah Rose and Ann Moser, Linda Griff, Emily Grodberg, our wounded warriors, all those wounded in the war on terror, Molly, Benedict, Larry Krutchik, Faith, Sarah, Kay, Luis, Pat, Adrian, Josephine, Elizabeth, Willie Ola, Sarah, Bill Fox, Austin, Cohen, Mabel Sanders, Steve Davis, Martina, okay, Misha Berach for you, Refuah Shalema, Dave Poland, Jim Taylor, Ralph, Diane, Shari, Milo, Lynn, Astrid and Madeline Spellman, Judy Townsend, Martina, Ruka, Raul, Pedro, Marta, Teresa, Tereshina, Chao, Kiku, Luis, Rosa, and Quintino, Sema. Anyone else? Mishebera Avotenu Kor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with Refuah Shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say Amen. Amen. And of course we include Zena and Devorah and Tom Mackin in our prayers. May they all be blessed, all those we've just mentioned. May they all be blessed with the Refuah Shalema, a complete healing. And as we see, and we all agree and we say, Amen. Let's return the Torah, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Deborah, you and the whole family, come on. Lift up the Torah. Very good. Very good. All right, thank you. We have the Torah up. Pedro, open the ark. Thank you. All right, place the Torah in the ark. Deborah and your family, put the Torah in the ark. Very good. Let's get ready to close the ark doors. Here we go. Eitz Chaim hi lama chazikim ba v'tomacheh me'ushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha Shalom Hashivenu Adonai Elecha V'Nashuva Chadesh Yameinu. Okay, Mackenzie family, close the ark. Beautiful. Yashikach. Yashikach to everyone who has participated in the Torah service this evening. We continue with the Ein Keloheinu. Whoops, put it up there. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kamoshienu, non como nuestros Dios, non como nuestro Señor. Non como nuestro Rey, non como nuestro Salvador. Mi Keloheinu, mi Kadonenu, mi que Malkeinu, mi que Moshienu, quien como nuestro Dios, quien como nuestro Señor, quien como nuestro Rey, quien como nuestro Salvador. No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu, lo haremos a nuestro Dios, lo haremos a nuestro Señor, lo haremos a nuestro Rey, lo haremos a nuestro Salvador. Oh, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, bendico nuestro Dios, bendico nuestro Señor, bendico nuestro Rey, bendico nuestro Salvador. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, tú el nuestro Dios, tú el nuestro Señor, tú el nuestro Rey, tú el nuestro Salvador. Buenas noches. I got that wrong, I'm sure, didn't I? Let's continue with Aleinu. Thank you, Rabbi Elisheva. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I know Rabbi Americo likes it too. And Pedro, how'd I do? Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol l'ateit gedula leotzer bereshit shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem v'god aleinu kichol hamonam v'anachnu koreim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei amlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yihye Adonai echad u'shemo Our thoughts now turn to those who are no longer with us in body, but who are with us in spirit, who are with us in our hearts. And at this time, we recall the yahrzeit of Marlon Grossman. Anyone else, please type in their names. And those of you who are observing yahrzeit in mourning, or if you just want to think of someone or people that you want to acknowledge. Tonight, me personally, I'm going to think of those three poor Muslims that were killed horribly by a crazy person. So, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'yizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yahei shemei Rabba mavorach li'alam u'lolmei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yit hadar, v'yit ale, v'yit halal, shemei dekudisha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yahei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'al kol Yoshvei Tevel v'imru. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Well, another week has come and gone here in glorious Florida. Those of you who tuned in late, I will do a vidui for you. I will do a confession. It's not a final confession, so it's not a vidui. But I'm doing a confession. I think I like it here. I think I like it in the warmth. You can't blame me, right? You can't blame me. A couple of announcements. So first of all, this coming week, God willing, we have services Monday through Thursday by our wonderful rabbis. Each night of the week, Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Please join them and do a little prayer. Say a little prayer. And God willing, next Friday night, I will be back with you here. And what else? Who got your certificate framed? Who is that? Who is Ustreamer 75061? Is that Danielle? I'm not sure who that is. What else? Is there anything else? Any other announcements? No? Just everybody in New York, please stay warm. And everybody in Florida, please stay warm. God bless you all. Let's conclude with, we're going to make Kiddush. All right? So don't go anywhere till I do this. Oh, what do I see? Forever Young. Let me do a verse of that. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. Boy, did you all see Bob Dylan's speech the other night? Incredible. That was an incredible speech, an acceptance speech. Amazing. You learned all how to write songs from Bob Dylan. It was unbelievable. May you always do from others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy, may your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your heart always be joyful, may your song always be sung, and may you stay forever young. Forever young, forever young, may you stay forever young, may you stay forever young. Kiddush, Baruch atah Adonai, wait, let me see, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei Pari Agafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yava v'ratzon inchilanu, zikaron l'maseh bereshit. Ki hu yom tchila l'mikra'e kodesh, zeicher litzian mihitzrayim. Ki vanu v'achar taviotanu kidashta, mikol amim. V'shabbat kodshecha b'yava v'ratzon inchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. I love you. Thanks for joining me at Sim Shalom. Have a great week, and see you next week. God bless you all.